Hi everyone, it is Miss Karen. We are working on the second part of the letter Q. Okay, so we have a capital Q, which is the big circle around. Sometimes it's an oval with a leg to stand on. And the lowercase q, which is a circle with a line. I like my line to come down a little bit and have that little bit of a hook on it. To me, that looks more like a Q. And as you get older and you start learning how to do cursive, the cursive Q's have that little hook on them. And when you put the little hook on them, that way you don't get confused with P's. Okay? So our letter Q, this has my name. I am Miss Karen. So I put my name on the top of the page. So that way, as you get older and you're turning your papers into a teacher to give you a little star, they make sure that star gets by the right name in their books. So what are some words here? Let's look at this page. And these, you might need some help with them to figure out what these words are that start with a Q. Okay? And this is something, you kids today, you just don't see. And when you start to learn a little bit about your presidents, you'll see it more. But this is actually a feather. Okay? And it's called a quill. So what they would do is they'd have like an inkwell that they would dip that into to get the ink out and then, make their words. Okay, so this is a quill. And that's what they would use to write with instead of a pencil back, 200 years ago. Okay, now, what's this one? Okay, you guys should know this one is pretty easy. And this is our queen. So Q is for queen. Q-U-E-E-N. Let's give her some gold hair. And maybe, let's see. And she's got like a little purple something on here. Okay. Okay, now this might be something that's going to trick you up, because you're mostly, as you're starting to read some of your little books, or your parents are reading them, and you're noticing, a thing at the end, a dot at the end of a sentence. Well, that's a period. But this, if you ask a question, you put a question mark at the end of your sentence. So, like, how was your day? That's a question. Okay, so that's what that is. It's a Q-U-E-S-T-I-O-N. Okay, question. Okay, now this one is kind of, it's got me a little bit. What I'm thinking, because, it's a checkerboard, and we have a circle and a hexagon, octagon, hexagon, hexagon. An oval, a square, and a square and a square. It kind of looks like a tic-tac board. It's got different shapes. I'm thinking maybe this is supposed to be like a quiz. Okay? So as you get older, and you start like maybe first, second grade, your teacher will give you these little tests called a quiz. She just wants to check that, maybe you read your homework the night before, or that you did your math homework, like 2 plus 2 is 4. So quiz, Q-U-I-Z. Okay, so there's some words for our letter Q. Quill, queen, question, and quiz. What else do we have on here? Oh, it's a find, count, and write. Oh, I got to put my name. I'm Miss Karen. Put my name on the page. Okay, it says count and write the total number of each item listed below. Okay, so we're going to do some numbers today. Okay, so can you remember some of our numbers? Remember, our hands are really easy. Everyone should be able to count to 10 and then 20, because we have 5 fingers on each hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 on this hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you count your piggies down on your toes, you're going to have 5 piggies on each toes. Okay? So if we count this 5 and this 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we can know that 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay, and we also know we have 10 toes. Okay, so if we count our hands both times, so 5 plus 5 is 10. And we have 5 toes on one foot and 5 toes on another foot. So we got 10 toes down there, right? So if you have 10 fingers and 10 toes, that's 20. Okay? But this isn't going to count that high. This is only count to like maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4. At the most 5. Okay? But it's important we start to learn our numbers. So, what is this? Let's color some of these first to give them a little color. Okay, I think this looks to me like an orange sherbet ice cream pop. And this, of course, is a starfish. There's no looks about it. It is a starfish. Okay. And then this. Should we make it a basketball or a beach ball? Let's make it a beach ball. So the beach ball's got like a red spot. And then a blue spot. And then white spots. Sometimes yellow spots. Okay, we can put some yellow on here. Okay, so we've got our beach balls. Okay, so let's color some of these over here. That way it just helps our eye catch some of these shapes as we have to find them. Okay. And then some blue here. And some blue here. Oops. Right there. And there goes the blue. And we need our red again. See, that would be a red spot. Red. Red and red. Here's some red. Here's some red. I'm going to color some more orange ice creams. Okay, some of those. Some orange. There's some orange. Uh-oh, I'm losing my pencils. And here's some orange. Another ice cream sundae. And here's an orange. And an orange. And time out. Got to sharpen my pencil really fast. Let's put a little bit of yellow maybe into this starfish. Orangey and yellowy. Okay, so here's a starfish. And there's a starfish. A starfish. And we'll go back and we'll put some yellow on top, or some orange on top of them. Just kind of giving them some color. Okay, what is this? I could actually have some of that right now. That to me looks like maybe a watermelon. Okay, so watermelons are usually red on the inside. Some people like to eat their watermelons when they're kind of like a whitish green on some of the edges. They like that part. Just doesn't have as much flavor. My grandpa used to like that part. Some people like to put salt on their watermelon. That's a whole sweet and salty thing going on. I used to do it when I was little, but I don't do it anymore. Oops, I missed a ball up here. I heard somebody say, Miss Karen, you missed one. Yep. Let me put some color on it. You can go back. You can get that. Boop. Okay, there's your ball. And let's see. This looks like an ice cream cone. I'm going to have some bubblegum ice cream cone. So the bubble gum I usually get, it's blue. Blue ice cream. Okay. So bubble gum ice cream. And then we have a kite. So, what should we do? What color? Let's make our kite green maybe. A little bit different color on here. And this kind of helps us, when we're going to go back and count these. Having things colored a little bit with you guys watching, it'll help you find the same things a little easier. Okay, so our orange sherbet ice cream little popsicles. How many do we have? Okay, so we don't count that. I guess we can count that one. Okay, but how many are in here? We write the total. So there's 1. Okay, there's 2. Kind of coming down. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. Boy, I told you we probably wouldn't go past 5, and we already went past 6. Okay. So how would you show 6 on your fingers? 5 and 6. Okay. All right, what's next? Our starfish. Okay, so how many stars do we have? So there's 1, Let's come up here. 2, kind of going down. 3, 4. Okay, 4 starfish. How do you show 4 on your fingers? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What's next? Here's our beach ball. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 beach balls. How do we do 5 on our hand? Remember? Is this 5? It would be like 0, huh? Boom! There's 5. Okay, how many kites do we have? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, how many 4? If we have 5 and we take 1 away, boop! How many do we have? There's 4. So 5, take 1 away. 4. Okay. How many ice creams? There's 1, 2, 3. Only 3 ice cream cones? Okay, only 3. How do we do 3? Some people go like that. Some people go like that. And some people go like that. Because 3 is kind of a funny one. Most people start going like this though. 1, 2, 3. So if we have 5, have 5, and we take away this one on the end and that one, we take away 2. Then we get 3, right? Okay. Last one, watermelons. How many watermelons? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 watermelons. Okay, so 5. And how many more do we have to put on our other hand to show 7? Remember? So there's 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. See, you guys are adding already and you didn't even realize it. Okay, so that was kind of fun. Look how colorful that is. Now I'm getting hungry. Okay, and our last one is a color by number. I love doing these. I hope you guys kind of like watching me color these. And I'm hoping, who's ever helping you at home, and for whatever reason that you're having to stay at home, whether you're sick or, we're still doing some of the quarantining stuff, and you can't go outside, or you can't go, across the street to play with your friends, whatever. I hope who's ever with you maybe is Googling, getting on that computer to Google, to search out what's some of these search or color by numbers or color by letters, and you put in that word like kindergarten or pre-K, and are finding you some pages so you can color at home. Okay, so let's look at these. We are using the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1 is pink, 2 is gray. Okay, so I got pink. I'm going to put a little color by my pink so that way I know what it is. 2s are gray. I don't have gray. I don't know about you, but my pencil box does not have gray. So I can use a pencil, like a regular pencil, which is a perfect gray, or you can take your black and just really light, okay, really light. I put a little color there so I know that's gray. Now beige I don't have. I'm going to figure beige is probably the skin color. So we can maybe just, and we're not using yellow, so maybe we'll use yellow, okay, for her skin. Works for me, and we'll just color it kind of light. Number 4 is brown. Okay, so I'm going to put a little that. 5 is orange. 6 is red. And 7 is blue. Okay. Let me put a couple of these pencils up, otherwise you're going to get in my way here. Okay, so start with number 1, which is pink. Okay, so where are some 1s? Here's a 1. I just put a little color on them. That way then I can go back and do them. It just kind of helps me visually. Everybody colors a little differently. But these are great because they start helping you learn how to hold your pencil. Okay, because some of you hold like this, some hold like this, some like this. About the time you're 3-ish, 4-ish, you kind of start, holding it a little more like that. Because by the time we get to kindergarten and doing some of that pre-K and like when you're 4 years old, you start writing, lots of writing. You start writing lots of letters and words and putting things together. So sooner we can start holding our pencil right and getting control, here's our 2's, of that pencil, the better we will be at writing. Okay, so I'm just, because I'm using black for the number 2, which is supposed to be gray, I'm just going really kind of light. I'm not even going to color it all, just kind of real light, almost like what they would call sketching here. Okay, because I don't want it to be black. I don't want our queen here to be all depressed, wearing, you know, a really heavy black like collar thing or sash, whatever that is. Okay, so number 3 is beige, so we decided we were going to just color yellow. Okay, so there's some yellow, 3's, 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 3's in our ears. Okay, so we're just kind of go, I'm going to go real dark with our yellow, kind of keep it light. Okay, when you got a lot to color, like see, I'm going to say all her face here is yellow. You know, you can, if you flatten your pencil out a little bit, you can color and cover the area a little bit faster if you know where all your color needs to go. Okay, instead of tightening it up, will you get more control like that? Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, number 4. What was 4? 4 is brown. Okay, so here's a 4, and there's a 4, and here's a 4, and a 4, and a 4. Okay, so it kind of looks like her hair. She's not a Goldilocks. Looks like she has brown hair. Okay, so we got our little prince, or our queen here. Our fair-skinned queen who has brown hair. I wonder where she rules over, what her kingdom is. Maybe this Princess Anna, and she's become queen? I don't know. So what's next? Number 5 is orange. So here's a 5 and a 5. So this looks like her crown is orangey. Maybe she's maybe this is a Queen Maleficent. Have you guys, some of you seen that one? That was maybe a little bit older kind of Disney movie, because it has a good ending. But, you know, it's pretty sad. But, you know, Maleficent, she was a queen. Kind of ruled over her own little area. You know, and then we have, what, Sleeping Beauty. I think she was a princess, but when she marries the prince, then doesn't she become a queen? Maybe this is the Sleeping Beauty queen. See, now 6 is red. Okay, we got some 6s up here. Oh, this must be like the velvet on top of her crown. It's one of those crowns. Okay, and then 7 is blue. And I see a lot of 7, so I'm going to just kind of color all these. So I'm going to guess this is like the sky. So I'm kind of close to her. I'll color a little slower here, so I'm not crossing colors too many places. Okay. Kind of coming down here, coloring around my lines first. Okay, and then once I get, you know, by my edges kind of covered up with that color, then I can go a little bit faster. Because then I don't have to worry about crossing the lines or being careful on places that we already put our color. Okay, and then we got to come up here, color this one in, and then that little spot is supposed to be a 7. Gotta be careful around her crown. And then looks like all this are 7s. So kind of color a little slower by her face and her hair, and down by her dress. Okay, and color up at the edges, and then kind of go at the edge of your paper. Okay, see what I'm doing is I'm kind of like making my own border within a border. Okay, then I can put my color on a lot faster. Now that I know where everything goes and I don't have to worry as much about going outside the lines or into a line, I can do that. Okay, so here is our queen. Is this Queen Isabella, maybe? Okay, so Queen, Q-U-E-E-N. Okay, so here's our queen. She's wearing her crown. Now, we've been working on the letter Q. If you guys have to watch for my second segment, sorry, this was the second segment. Watch for my craft segment because we are going to make a crown. Okay? So some of you want to make a crown. Make sure you find that next one, okay? All right, you guys go have fun. Take a break.